Okunyoza weni, okunyoteza kimwe bibi, okunyoteza munsi ya Yesu yo mwiguru, nimweje tugende tuzesayo no mwiguru, tutamuhanda mubi kuzomururembo rwa Mukama.
Ikina za gukora hati nuko yongera gukora umugwa ruhanga kandi ukwezirika aho kwa nakimenyere ukije mu mugwa ruhanga ugiye kintu kirungi
churches mu Munonga ahubwo abantu ibizigo abinji yabigo mu nyire kandi kwa information kwa shangaza changu Munonga cyatuge kitwayanga churches zitu mwenu najya mu workshop sezi zibizo n'ishumbe zikwe no mu family zitu ahabushoze rero tubone kugira church yanyeje bashobokire Munonga mweba
hakuba twahanyirwagambira ati umwana arabasa kwira kandi wamuhamwe gutera arabasa kujya kuyantire kandi koreje igiye.
So let us be close to our families. Because family Mungu kikai Mungu waje so wao hiki na family yangu waje tete kandi debi direct waje wale familia Mungu yote kusibiisha kwa zaidi
Nona nyemerera cyo kugira ngo ayibonese
utamuha ibintu bindi niwo kuza kutaha amizi niwo kushenya niwo kutondera kanisa niwo yazi ejo mirimo netuma yaba negativu washaka umuntu wamuhera ibikoze yerezera amana gayina. Ladies and gentlemen, emitwalize yawe imigambire uko yina amani nikutuma waza mu katungu noza higuru ube mukuru w'abakristo ube muhurizi ube mukadiri bandi bagamba nibo barayiro bagamba ugiye higura kongo kuguma higuru nicyo bigira bitwalize yawe.
Glorious Ngabirano nazazi union leader wo burisa bwa Nyakashure omushomo gwerizo batwashemererwa munonga bwo kuba twahwamo bufuki twashemererwa munonga twagitoyegese bwo gukora kandi tube twiramani toyegese bwo kushagaruka muka tukashomesa abahara bitu tukagaruka tukakundana n'abashija bitu tukabahereza kitinisa mwenu twashemererwa munonga mwebare kwije kandi mwebare no kutekatekaho ahubwo kuba twashemererwa munonga twahura twagaruka busa mwebare munonga kandi turamukize na mwayika turamukize na bishop mumugambire ngo ayebare kutekatekaho munonga ahubwo kuba twashemererwa twamanga umutuye na mutima rukunde gume
amen
ate kinobere ndatekateka ngo ikore no kugumiza mu kutwegesa okugumiza muhona mukabegesa kandi mukongera no kongera mbere nokutwegesa kutugambira ngo kwabura abantu bona kugira ngo batehwa amasiko kandi kwabura n'abaziri ubundi kugira ngo batehwa amasiko ubundi bakatekateka ngo abana babihe mu mashomero ubundi baba bayigwire mbwenu kongera tutamo mwete munonga
babaye madaza
niwe banyita Henry ari nitwe umuburizi wa Samaria Centenary Church of Uganda okurugira umushomo ogutwagirira izoba gwanshemeza munonga habo kubitwe twareba nitugaruka busa tugaruka amurimo gwa Ruhanga kurungi munonga akuba obuhereza obututuriremu tukabuganamo ebizibu bingi munonga mu biro bya covid abakristo bitu barabanamu bafegwa abanywani babo abamweti bayikwaho konka twareba nimutugarura busa nko mushomo gwitu gw'ubureberezi mwe tureba ngo hati yembera neza kubonera kandi tuza kongera kuhereza Ruhanga n'abakristo bitu nza kubimusa kurabira ngo kubashabira no kubahereza je kandi no kongera kugarukana twena
shangire ekizibu 1 yagamba ekizibu aza kiri mu bibiri kuloja obuchurches ahabwo kukinga amashomero hamwe n'amakanisa tikwe ikigaruka muturi
kukinga amakanisa n'amashomero n'abana bari kukinga
kuloja obuchurches tuni kimwe Mauri
banyita Sabit Justice umubundizi wa Kirima kandi mu workshop nakunda mu ukwija ka office y'ubureberezi mukatwumuriza aho kuba imitima y'abantu ibiri hahehere ahabwa korone biri tubanze mbwenu twagaruka busya kandi ikindi hamwe nyamukujya ngo nagaruke nyuma tongere kwigisa abantu
baza kubanza sayide muze kwemereza okusomera ekizibu ekyo tukiwulira
mwese nka Baneti kandi ndi Father Union Archdiaconry urugumurisa bwa Karolisi ndi Father Archdiaconry leader urugumurisa bwa Karolisi kandi anyesirwa kuja mu geji workshop yabibonera munonga kwa bitete ku mitima yitu eki nakunda muri participation y'abantu kandi na package uko yabekozirwe it was participatory buri umwe yarasa kuhayo ekiyabwine omukorona kandi ahayo ebyakubasa kumenya abantu okugaruka busya ahabwa ebizibu bitwabuge tumubundi ahereza abakristaayo n'okugira ngu tugumisirize buri mbeera kandi tugume tukwatanise muri byona kandi twareba omuntu yagira eki yahigwaho twena tubasa kumuhumuriza.
Thank you. What you've been watching is a report about the diocesan post-COVID-19 rehabilitation workshop, where, to give you a background, COVID-19 is a highly infectious disease, also known as coronavirus disease, which was declared a pandemic by the People's Republic of China on the 31st December 2019. And COVID-19 became a pandemic, affecting the global health emergency and posed several questions. And in Uganda, the first case of COVID-19 was pronounced on the 21st March 2020. This followed the institution of a total lockdown of the country as declared by the President of Uganda on the 18th March 2020. And all this was in a bid to reduce the spread of this dangerous disease. And now, for 17 months, since the institution of the first lockdown, Uganda has had experiences such as closure of schools, closure of churches, restricted burials, restricted use of public transport, scientific cultural ceremonies such as weddings, marital introductions, restricted participants who must be less than 20 people, the downscaling of the number of employees, and all this was done to curb the further spread of the disease. Now, in order to reboot society growth, partial openings for both business, transport, and other places of worship has been allowed. And on realizing the effects of COVID-19 and its related lockdowns, the Diocese of Chinchize found it necessary to conduct a rehabilitation workshop for the next 5 years at different levels in order to rejuvenate her Christians and leadership systems that were hit hard. The first part of COVID-19 rehabilitation programs began on the 19th October 2021, and these workshops were conducted in all the 11 archdeaconries of Chihihi, Nyamiyaga, Kambuga, Rutenga, Kanyantoro, Orsets, Kanungu, Kayonza, Nyamirama, Nyachinoni, Cathedral Chapter, and Rujeyo. And church leaders who participated in these rehabilitation workshops included all parish priests, lay readers, senior wardens, church wardens, mothers union leaders, fathers union leaders, Christian women fellowship leaders, parish development officers, parish missioners, youth leaders, lay canons, and the diocesan heads of departments. Guided by the theme, Restore Us Again, derived from the Psalm 85 and verse 4, Bishop Dan Zoleka led the first devotion on the 19th October 2021 that took place at Ngoto Island Tourism Hub, Bwindi. Bishop Dan officially opened the rehabilitation workshop series, and also he said that leadership is critical in all situations, and he urged the church leaders to remain present for the people. The bishop called upon the clergy to be the salt of the decaying world and be the light of the world in its darkness, and also be the flavor of the sour world. He further urged them to think about the 10 leadership traits in their ministry. And then the rest of the rehabilitation workshops, Reverend Chichoncho Herbert, who is the diocesan cashier, led all these devotions in all the 11 archdeaconries. And during these devotion sessions, participants would sing the hymns, and then would also go ahead to be involved in a Bible exposition that spiritually rejuvenated them and brought them from the shock that they had gone through during the COVID-19 lockdown. The different challenges presented by the participants during these rehabilitation workshops include stress and trauma, domestic violence, reduced income, spiritual backsliding, increased child marriages and teenage pregnancies, plus immorality, COVID-19 related deaths, and after these deaths, there was no good send-offs for the deceased, and this in our culture is very absurd. The collapse of businesses, hence poverty, increase in diseases, high rates of alcohol consumption, mistreat of church leaders by the community, high dependency ratio, among many other problems that were raised. The participants would go ahead and propose the possible solutions to these challenges, and they proposed as follows. They proposed that we should carry out similar rehabilitation workshops on parish and sub-parish levels. They proposed having alternative sources of income. They proposed encouraging vocational skills training. They also proposed that we should lay new strategies of ministering to people. They strongly encouraged all their members to go for vaccination for COVID-19. They also said that we should always have a positive attitude and we should work hard. And church institutions should start more income-generating projects. Plus, promotion of food security, promotion of sanitation and hygiene, and also promotion of the use of ICT infrastructure. During these workshops, people would go ahead and air out the different lessons they learned during COVID-19. And also, these sessions would conclude by a word from the Diocesan Secretary who would give us the action points, and they are in our subsequent reports. In conclusion, the first part of this rehabilitation program has been successful, and restoration of hope is completely seen in the lives of the people who attended it. We are grateful to all the mission partners in this program, and now the year 2022 will be very interesting for the diocese because intensive rehabilitation programs will be carried out, and they are going to be conferences and workshops at different levels, especially to address the challenges that these people faced. Now, a diocesan rehabilitation team is designing different activities that will start in January to December 2022. The lockdown has been a hell on earth, and we need to address the challenges that have been planted on the hearts of the people. Thank you very much.